This is Josh from KDM Tuners. Today we're going to teach you how to fix your trunk latch when it gets stuck. Should be a quick thing for you guys to do. Probably take you about a whole 20 minutes to do it, and it'll never break again. So let's get in it. Alright guys, here's the trunk latch. This is what it looks like when it's out of the car. We're not going to get into how to take it out of the car. We can do another video on that if we absolutely have to. It's pretty easy to take out. So, but let's just get into this, make this quick and easy. First thing you want to do is remove, oh shit, son of a bitch. Alright, what we want to do is remove these 4 screws. So they're Phillips screws. Just take these out. You can use a screw gun or a screwdriver, but we'll use a screwdriver, as most of you will probably be using a screwdriver. So pull these out. Now what we're doing here is just separating the unit. So we want the electrical and gear side out, and the mechanical side we don't need because that's not the problem. Actually, you could pull that one out after, but let's go ahead and separate these two. We're going to move this out of the way. We don't need that for now. And let's get that last screw out of here. This one's a doozy. It's a little tight. Alright, now we're going to pop this cap off here, there's going to be 4 tabs. There's one here. So we're going to go ahead and get your screwdriver in there and pop that loose. We're going to turn it over. There'll be one at the top. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing there. Just give it a little pry up and it'll pop open. Spin it around. Third one here. Get that in there, pop that open. Lay it flat on its back because there's parts in here that are going to go flying out if you don't. So just pop it up, slide it this way and up. Okay, we're going to move that off to the side. Next thing we want to do is move the motor, this whole piece right here out. So we're just going to lift it up. So it slides right up and out. That's your motor. So these don't go bad too often. So we'll move that off to the side for now. Next thing is this is your gear actuator. So this is your lever. So this moves the whole thing. And what happens is why these get stuck is they over-rotate. So it's supposed to just operate like this and stop, right? So sometimes it removes, see how it went too far? Boop, it's now no longer working. Or sometimes it'll even go the other way and get jammed. So either way, pull this out, set that off to the side. Now we're going to pull the gear out of here. Just pull it straight up and pull that off. We're going to put that to the side for now. There's a spring in here. You can leave it in there. You don't have to take it out. But what happens is there's a bump stop in here that breaks off. And you might not be able to see it here, but we'll get a shot zoomed in for you guys. Right where the screwdriver is pointed sits a bump stop. As you can tell here, it's sitting off to the side. So let's turn this thing over. There it is. This little bump stop guy is what's causing all your problems. It's made out of plastic, and what happens is as the gear spins over time, it keeps hitting this over and over and over and over again, and it just snaps off. Gone. So it doesn't do anything. So now you have a gear that over-rotates itself and gets jammed. So how do you fix this? Well, let's just move that spring out of the way. On the zoomed in shot, you'll see there's a little dot here, a little circle from where the bump stop used to be. What we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole in that spot, and then we're going to put in a little screw that we found. You can use any screw that you can laying around your shop or wherever you find it. The only thing it has to be is not taller than this shelf right here, this little crescent moon piece right here. You want that to sit lower than this because the gear rides on that. If it's higher than that, it won't work. So next thing we're going to do now is just drill a hole. So for us, we're using a 1/64 drill bit. That's the size of our screw that we found. So you're going to want to drill a hole that's a little bit smaller than the screw that you find. So let's go ahead and drill a hole. Okay, so now we got a hole there. So next thing, we're going to turn this thing over. As you see, we have a hole. Now, the head of this screw is bigger than the space we have to put it on. That's okay. Most of the ones that I do like this have a larger head on there, so it'll sit on top of this round plastic piece here, and that's fine. We just need a little bit to go on the other side to act as a bump stop. So what we want to do is go ahead and screw this into our hole. It should be really tight because the hole is going to be smaller than the screw if you did it right. So fine thread, coarse thread screws, it doesn't really even make a difference. Just whatever you have that you can find that works. So there it is. So if it's sticking up this much, it's not going to hinder anything putting it back in the car. It's not going to hit anything. It's fine. On the other side, you'll see now we have a bump stop made out of metal, and it will never, never break again. So if we put our gear back in there, it'll only let the gear now go that far and that far. It stopped. Before we could spin it in a circle because that bump stop was gone. So with that said, what I like to do, and this is not necessary, but you could put a little bit of super glue, epoxy, or any other type of glue that you can find. Just dab a little bit in there, and we're just gonna let that set. It just helps seat it in there, so it doesn't come out as easy or won't back out. I haven't had one back out yet. I've done a ton of these, so I just put a little dab right here. That's it. Just let it soak in there on the threads. And then we'll reassemble this, and that's pretty much that's all you're doing is creating a bump stop, and that fixes the whole problem. So, see? All right. Now let's reassemble what we got. So we're going to put the spring back in here, just like so. Now there's a little, I don't know if you guys can see this, it's a little post that sticks up on the spring itself, and there's a hole on the gear that goes into. So when you put this back together, on the side of the gear, the cog where there's no cog wheels, there's a little hole. That hole is where that post goes. So you drop that in there, there we go, and push that into place. Now the gear won't go past the bump stop, and it's spring loaded. So now we're golden. So next step would be to put this lever in here. We're going to line up the last tooth with the last tooth. There you go. Works perfect. Okay, now that that's in there, we're going to go ahead and place our motor back in. Just like so. And then we're going to put our cap back on. Now inside here there's a little shelf in there, I guess, and then these little, I don't know what you call these, but electrical prong, we'll call it. We're going to slide, we got to put it at an angle like this and slide it on. So slide it in there, make sure those are in place, and then we just close her up. There you have it. Now, what we're going to do is put it back in our cartridge. When you guys put this back in the cartridge, it's not going to go back in at all, right? So we need to pull this lever forward and then slide it in and let go. There we go. So now it's in there. Now we replace our 4 screws. And voila, your trunk latch is now fixed. Works exactly like it's supposed to. And that's it. So you got your screw in there that hold it tight. everything's put back together. Now you're gonna go put this back in your car and enjoy it. That's it for the trunk latch, guys. So very simple, something you can do on your own. Takes you, I mean, it takes me about 15-20 minutes a car to do these. That's complete pulling them out off the car, doing it, and putting it back together. It could take you 30 minutes, could take you an hour, I don't know. Just take your time with it, it's not a big deal. And that's it, guys. So hope you enjoy that video. And if you need help with anything, again, message us, let us know. If you like these videos, subscribe, give us a shout out, give us a thumbs up, hit us up on Facebook, all that good stuff. So thanks, guys. See you on the next one.